I've been warning about this for so long because one of the reasons I go to events is I want to know what the audience is doing. Why do I do that?
Yes.
Frankly, the audience chases the latest fad. And
Yes.
I remember doing a San Jose event in 2020 where seemingly everybody was a brand new syndicator. And I'm like, oh, this is not
Yes.
going to be good. And then over the next two
Yes.
years, they won, right? Cap rates went
Yes.
from 5 to 3.5. They look like geniuses.
Yes.
But now they're going to go from 3.5 back to 5, 5.5, 6, some 7, 8. And even if you're a good operator, some great operators are going to lose buildings. Wrong debt,
Yes.
just
It's
bad timing.
true.
Just bad timing.
Right. Right.
Lots of
And
the
I know a lot of really good operators that have strain. The other thing that's happening there is that even if we were wise and bought cap rate insurance, which we did, I pretty much always have fixed rate debt, at least for 5 to 10 years on multifamily deals. But if you did like a agency loan with a floating rate and bought cap rate insurance in case rates went up, that is a new product that not a lot of people had ever really seen. And so, we bought cap rate insurance on a property, for example, that went, Michael, from 36,000 a year, nut on our expenses to almost $1 million a year to renew it.
wow.
And the banks make you renew it. So if you're depending on $36,000 of expense for your insurance and it goes to $1 million, that could bankrupt a lot of inexperienced
Oh,
operators who
yeah.
don't have a lot of reserves really quickly. Now, we had a lot of reserves, so we were able to absorb that in the one property we had that has this variable rate interest issue. But still, without that experience and a lot of cash, really good operators could go under just because of that one thing that they thought was safe, but it wasn't
Yeah.
safe enough. And,
Yeah.
the unfortunate part is that the Fed said, in January a year ago or two, might be at this point, basically, we're not going to raise rates. Inflation is transitory. We're not going to
I
raise
remember.
rates. And so basically all these investors thought, hey, the Fed has said we're safe. They're not going to raise rates, so we don't have to worry about this too much. And the fact of the matter is this aggressive monetary policy increasing rates is going to destroy a lot
Yeah.
of big companies. Now, the only kind of good thing about a lot of commercial real estate is a lot of those loans are non-recourse. And so what you're
Sure.
going to see is a lot of operators, and you've seen some big, multi-billion-dollar hedge funds give
Hmm.
back the keys to office buildings in, Seattle and in New York City. And they're like, sorry, we can't do anything. And they're going to get out of it unscathed. The problem is all their investors that invested in that deal, they've lost all their money. They
The
they don't get
equity.
it back.
It's
The
the
bank took the
equity.
property.
It's
So
the equity.
that's, the
Gone.
really unfortunate part is that investors lose, even if your operator is and was really good just based on timing and interest rate changes.